We've heard about the Arab Spring fueling uprisings throughout the Middle East, but might there now be a Mexican Spring on the horizon? Our media analyst Jackie Guzda is here to share some insight on what to make of a new movement called Yo Soy 132.
Sí, fantástico, Brian. Yeah, you know, last year, the Arab Spring rocked the world with their cries for democracy. Well, this year, there's another cry coming from Mexico, and it is for democracy, but it's not democracy in government. It's for democracy in media.
That's interesting. And we're talking about holding the media to telling the truth.
Exactly. Just last week, 131 students protested at one of the major universities. They had the front runner for the upcoming presidential campaign, Enrique Peña Nieto. He was being interviewed there, and so the students showed up. Now, his camp said that these were just instigators. These instigators were put up by the opposing party. Well, the kids took matters into their own hands. They did a video on YouTube. They held up their student IDs and they said, Yo soy 132. We are 132. We are who we are. We're not supported by anybody, and we mean what we say. Well, that video went viral. They used Facebook. They used Twitter. And protests sprang up all around Mexican universities. And what they wanted is they wanted to know who Peña Nieto really was. You see, for 70 years or so, from the 1930s until 2000, the IRP was running the country of Mexico.
Now that's Peña's party.
That's Peña's party. So who he represents. Now, they ruled Mexico with what was said an iron fist and a velvet glove. They were known to be pretty corrupt. Now, if you look at his media image, which is being pushed by the two major TV channels in Mexico, he is for change. He speaks well. He has this great media image, and frankly, he's drop dead gorgeous.
And the kids say that the media is not painting the fair picture of who this man is.
Not only fair, they don't really know who he is. And what they want is to have an informed decision on who they're going to vote for president.
So is the Mexican media covering the other candidate with equal aplomb?
Not at all. See, that's what's going on. You've got two major channels in Mexico. You've got Televisa, and you've also got Azteca TV. Now, they're just giving this great image of Peña Nieto. You go to YouTube, he's got his own channel. You can see all of his videos. He looks fantastic. He sounds fantastic. But a lot of the criticisms is that we don't know who he is. But the kids saw through it. And if you look at some of those videos for the protests, it's fantastic. They're holding up signs that say, we are a people. Do not let the media manipulate us. We want to make a fair, informed decision. It really is a great Mexican Spring.
And it certainly speaks to the power of social media now.
It certainly does. And you can see this thing is spread throughout Mexico. I mean, my hope is that it does spread into the United States, because the situation in the United States is not that different from Mexico. While they have two major channels, in the United States, we've got 6 major conglomerates that not only control television, but they also have their internet, they have newspapers, magazines, radio, etc.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
As we look at, most of these movements are started by young people. Do you get a sense that seeing what's happening in America may rub off on young people here and how they view the media?
Well, don't we hope that? Because you only have 6 voices in this country, 6 different, I would say, frames, opinions that are going out into this vast, very populated country. Don't we need different voices? Don't we need really fair and balanced journalism?
Sure. Not
something that is what we call opinion news, or something that comes from a particular slant, the way that they want us to see it. I mean, it is said that the media doesn't really tell us what to think, but they tell us what to think about. For instance, say that a new movie is coming out. Well, they'll take the star, and you'll see the star doing an interview. There'll be a story on the star on your computer's homepage that she wore this or that. It'll be all over on the radio, etc. Now, the result of that is that we, the people, start to think about that star and that movie. And if they can sell a movie star, they can sell a president.
Well, you know, the flip side of that, though, is you look at the social media and how it's impacted the Arab uprising. And if you remember in the beginning, they were transferring messages by tweets and by Facebook and those kind of things. And I would imagine the people on the other side, the Pena and his party, are looking at this carefully and saying, hey, there could be a big backlash among young people the more we do what we're doing.
That's right. I certainly hope so, because it went from only 131 students now to tens of thousands all across Mexico.
Wow. Media, the great equalizer.
That's right.
Thanks, Jackie. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.